Hello and welcome back to Spekd. Today we're going to be looking at Warhammer Conquest, issue number 26. Now, a bit of a confession, I did open this magazine up earlier and it came with two paints. Recland Flesh Shade and Abaddon Black. Well, as you can tell, I've only got one of those paints right now. I'm in the middle of, let's say, relocating my hobby space, and I don't know where I've put it. Anyway, let's continue. So, we've got our usual standard items here, but we have no build instructions because we're not building anything. So we've got the, oh look, we have the access to walk, great and clean ones, possessed. Now this issue seems to be predominantly about the Death Guard, which is going to be great, and also the effect of the walk. So I'm actually quite looking forward to that. Okay, Age of Imperium. So the Eye of Terror and the growth. Okay, so if you're just getting into history and maybe the original story of the Horus Heresy, you'll find out really that it started from around this time, the 30th century, and that's a whole heap, well, so another game system. And welcome back to Spekd. Today we'll be looking at Warhammer Conquest issue number 26. Same price, still the same goods. It came with two paints. Unfortunately, whilst I've been relocating my hobby space, I've dropped one of them somewhere. But I do have the other paint, which is the Abaddon Black. It's a refill, and the other one was Recland Flesh Shade. It's a wash, but we'll get to see it inside the magazine. It's unfortunate, but it's just one of those things, and I'm not going to stress about it. It'll probably turn up at some point. Okay, let's have a look at our list. As we can see, we have no build instructions because there are no models to build. We completed our Dreadnought, and I'm quite happy with that. That will keep me going for a while. So looking at the information and history, it's predominantly to do with the Death Guard or the Chaos Space Marines. We've got the shading and we have the missions there. Ooh, okay, let's get to those. So the Age of Imperium, with the whole of the Warhammer 40,000, as you currently know it if you just started collecting, actually started during the Horus Heresy. And for those of you that was paying attention, the Horus Heresy pin badge was the giveaway and the actual answer. And at the end of this, I'll go through who actually will be the winner for that badge. And continuing. And that whole event which took place changed the whole of the way that the game works and the whole universe. And it's so interesting, and that's the moment that chaos leaks in. And when they do, you have like the little background here of the things that are occurring during that time frame. It's a phenomenal idea. It hasn't been committed to movie yet, apart from the Hell's Reach, which is on YouTube at the moment. They've finally finished it. Richard Boyle, amazing. So if you want to get an idea of this, that's definitely something you should watch. It is over an hour long. Sit down with your popcorn and enjoy it. I think I've watched it twice so far already. The Cicatrix Maledictum, and this is a massive tear in reality, and this is like a continuation. This is the past, this is the future, or current I should say. And there's a massive tear in reality where dream and kind of unreality has spilt over into, well, physical reality. It's not like it hasn't happened before, where there's areas of the walk which are kind of manipulated the physical world. It's a long story, but normally the humans currently travel through that. It acts as like a medium for space travel, so it's faster than light. And I'm going off into lore here, so I better slow down. Anyway, so this is the current state, where a lot of the demon influence is a lot stronger, and they're coming back through. And this whole event is called so many things, and it's amazing. It's amazing. It's like moving forward the time frame. For a very long time, Warhammer was stuck at Warhammer 40,000 and didn't really do much more than stay the same. And now the story is progressing, and it's amazing. That's why we've got all of this info. So we see the Great Unclean Ones. Now these are like avatars. of their main gods, and this is the god that the Death Guard follow. So to have these running around or being near shows your faithfulness. And if you remember the little Nurglings on the, I think it was the Conquest issue 19 with the Terminators, those little creatures out in front of the models, they were like these small mini demons, these which could possibly grow into one of these big guys if it corrupts and eats enough. It's amazing. Kind of reminds me of Slimer from Ghostbusters. Oh, just thinking of him eating at the cart. Anyway, here's your greater demons. Again, you remember the signal, not symbol. The symbol there from the Death Guard, as you can see. We're getting the possessed. Now, I mentioned the other time about how the warriors are in these armor for so long, the Space Marines, and they become corrupted by the powers of God, and they gain these weird mutations. And this is when it's really shown, and it comes through to the raw essence of the person. I don't know how much they keep their minds, but it's not that they're common, they're actually quite rare, and they seem, they're like the chosen ones and the blessed ones. And in battle on the field, honestly, they're not all that hot. They're not all that good, that I tend to find. They tend to fall over very quickly, but the story makes them kind of like, almost like the elite. Okay, so it talks about the possession there. This is not the kind of possession like Emily Rose or The Exorcist, so please bear that in mind, just in case your mum's reading over the shoulder. But with each kind of influence of the greater power that comes through them, they gain special abilities and gifts which allow them to do amazing things, like be totally immune to damage and gain more strength and move faster. There's all these amazing things that they can do. Okay, so Roboute Guilliman. This is probably, one of the most important characters for the Ultramarines that you'll see. And any of the kind of successor chapters are related to this guy. Now, his gene seed, or the thing that effectively makes him as powerful as he is, has been placed into a lot of the Ultramarines in his service. So, kind of like how humans see Ultramarines as like one-man armies that can kind of tame whole planets and bring them under kind of routine. He is equivalent of that to them. So it's amazing, and there's a lot of info here. I mean, enough said. The model is beautiful itself, and it matches the artwork, apart from the position and the sword. So if you really like this, it'd be worthwhile going out, getting the model. It brings so many bonuses to your game. And I don't want to go too far into that, because I think the history of the character and the influence is a lot more better. I mean, here, and his position has changed within the kind of the realm. It's amazing. Again, I don't want to spoil it. It's great fun though. Okay, Blood Angels. Yes, enough said. These are my boys. Unfortunately, like the Ultramarines have their Primarch, currently the Blood Angels don't. Their Primarch was killed off in the Horus Heresy. That was the answer. And their legacy in the story has been quite interesting, and they basically followed a character called Dante throughout the time, and he's like over 2,000 years old. Amazing stories that I've read from him. Amazing. It's on Black Library and a few audiobooks, and that's really kind of what solidified my interest in the Blood Angels. Not only were they cool, epic and awesome, as that just goes without saying, but the way they dealt with things, like they kept this artistic manner about them. It was like a planet which was desolate, but they still survived, and that's what I liked about them. And that was before they got turned into Space Marines. So here we got our information. I'm familiar with these, but again, it's got the breakdowns of the regiments, the colours, the roles, the squads, all those kind of things. This, anytime I see this, I kind of think like, Games Workshop, but Hachette should have put one of these in each issue and started it right at the beginning, So, you know, show you all of them and then kind of give you the information right away, so you can build towards that. I do realise it would have given you lots of different painting methods, but they could have put like a simple substitution there, and I really would have liked to see this sooner. It would have made a lot of difference. So the Reichland Flesh Shade, it shows you there, predominantly for toning out flesh. Look, honestly, you could use a variety of colours for this. You know, just make sure it's correct in the sense that it looks right for you, and then go from there. I mean, some characters I've even used Agrak Surfshade. As long as it's not glossed, it looks okay. We're using a Flesh Shade again, and this issue just focuses on that, and it kind of brings together the colours. So if you're new to washes, or if you've seen them before, you would know that it kind of brings together colours that might have had high contrast. It makes them look balanced. So if you have two extremes, that just kind of knits them together quite nicely. And let's continue there. And this is a lovely piece of painting guide here. This is just brilliant. For those of you which have got the folder, I'm putting this away, or even if you know, got your own folder and you put them away, just keep an eye on this area here, because that will tell you which part of the guide that should be. So this should be behind all your other washes. Otherwise it gets a little bit confusing. Okay, and we've gone through, whoa, everything there. Brilliant. Alright, let's have a look at the mission. Ah, look at that. This is a multi-part mission. Yeah, look, you got, okay, so this is like, wow, this is like a slow grow campaign. This is really, okay, sorry, I'm just a bit taken aback by that. But this is really good. This is setting up like an ambush, and if they can find a character, Lord Felthius. So let's have a look at that. Okay, so deploying victory conditions. Okay, let me just go back a second. Okay, play the recon assault mission over page up to 5 times. The victories will affect the decapitation strike mission. See mission 10 in this issue. You can mark your victories on the map below with pencil or pen. Sorry, above. Pencil or pen. So yeah, you're meant to mark your victories once you have them. So you played that a few times. Who do you have here? 2 units, 3 Reavers, Poxwalkers, Plague Marines. Don't see much, but yeah, okay, I can see that being fun. That gets you into the idea of, you know, building up a campaign. This is really making me think of the Urban Conquest. Very similar namesake. Sorry, they got a little bit tangented, but that's the first time I've seen that. So, okay, Severed Head mission briefing. So decapitation strike. Ah, this is the one they were talking about. That makes sense. Okay, so Plague Marines, Foul Blight Spawn, Poxwalkers, Lord Felthius, Tainted Cohort. Okay, it's quite a lot there. Intercessors, Redemptor, Aggressors, Reavers, and Lieutenant Calcius. So we got a small army here. Okay, so you got deployment zones are trying to escape. Nice, 4 battle rounds. This is great. This is brilliant. This would be something that you can play, you know, over a little day. You can get that done like a Saturday, you and your buddy. You'll have a great time with that. Sorry, I've got a little bit lost with this issue. But anyway, let's see what's next. 27 and 28. So this is the second 2-parter which we're seeing. The last one was the Redemptor. I'm kind of glad that this has been done right away for the Death Guard side, because otherwise I would have been left out. And I think this is the right time to bring these together. So if you have been getting these, if you have been buying them, collecting them, it's kind of like you're rewarded at this point. Otherwise, if you've kind of just come in, or, you know, it's a good time just to get in there, but then you would have missed a lot of the beginning to really make use of the magazine. Because again, these parts only make real sense if you have the previous models. Otherwise, it's, you know, you can substitute if you're kind of doing this from before, if you just want to play missions. But I think that kind of brings it together quite nicely again. Okay. So that's this part of the review over. And just for the competition winner, for the Horus Heresy pin, you'll be able to contact me with an email or Discord or any of those things which are there. I have a list of names which are here, and so let's go for it. Who wins a Horus Heresy badge? Number 1. So it's LP. This will be coming to you. For the 300 giveaway will be this Space Marine hero. It will be sent internationally to anyone that wins it. Now, I won this from Steve from Wargaming Command Center, and it was just sitting on my shelf, and I don't think that's fair. Someone else could use this better than me, or be able to tell a better story. So, tell me how you would use this character, what narrative base it will be on, and then at the same time, the one or the top 3 that get the best votes, I'll just read through the stories, and whichever story captivates me the most will be the winner of this Space Marine. Okay, and I will send this out internationally. That will close actually the end of February. Okay, that's 2019, by the way. So I've enjoyed my hobby time. I hope you've enjoyed your hobby time. Don't forget to enter. This has been Spekd. PC out. Don't forget, Discord is up and running, and it's a place for us to enjoy our hobby time, hang out, chill, and pass on information. I have to say thank you to Norbert171 for creating an amazing community in space. Thank you. Link is in the description below.